Civil Military Affairs, Major General Gold Chibisi, noted that they were on board with the NSA following presidential directive to ensure they are released.
The Army, the Air Force, and all the Navy, and indeed all the military and intelligence security agencies, the police, were fully on board with the National Security Advisor, and we will continue to work under his coordination to ensure that the mandate given to us in furtherance of the intent of the Commander-in-Chief is fully actualized.
The Chief of Staff to Kaduna State Government applauds the federal government and the security agencies for their cooperations, stating that the collaboration has significantly improved security in the region.
Second time you are coming here to receive freed captives. The last time was over 40, and you can practically see that we have 58 before you now. These captives were rescued along Abuja, Kaduna Way, specifically at Rizana, and through the effort of the various security agencies, where the effort is yielding fruit.
However, the National Security Advisor further commends security agencies for their relentless effort and assured Nigerians that the government will continue to work towards a peaceful and secure nation. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
You're still watching the News Prime here on Global Television. When News Prime returns, we'll now turn attention to the National Assembly. To stay with us, we'll be right back.
Social, economic, cultural, and political conditions are constantly in flux, requiring regular conversations on the many contexts and informed analysis of their dimensions. Now, these discussions are not just about understanding the present, but about shaping the future. Foremost Bayes University is taking this lead through the Bayes University Debates, hosted by Global Television.
Analyzing and debating issues big and small, Bayes University Debates presents a vibrant forum where we invite academics, intellectuals, and prominent personalities to share their diverse views and ideas on topical issues. Your unique perspective is a valuable addition to our rich intellectual community.
Engage in respectful, challenging debates where we try to find common ground, keep our minds open, and seek truth and understanding.
Don't miss the opportunity to join the conversation on Bayes University Debates at 9 p.m. every last Tuesday of the month. Showing on Global Television Channel 365. Start times Channel 276, free to air on Niconsat. You can also download the Global TV app on the App Store and Google Play Store. Be part of the action.
Welcome back. You're still watching the News Prime. And now the Nigerian Senate has identified and corrected errors in the 2025 Appropriation Bill, which was passed by both the Senate and the House of Representatives last Thursday. The discrepancies were discovered during the final cleaning and realignment process by the Joint Committee on Appropriation. Shamnoje completes the story.
In a motion presented during plenary section, Chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriations, Senator Adeola Solomon, outlined these corrections. The primary adjustment involves changes to the recurrent non-debt expenditure, which has been increased to 13.58 trillion naira, while the capital expenditure has been reduced to 23.43 trillion naira.
Note that while the total sum of 54,990, 165, 355, 396 and statutory transfer of 3,645,761,358,925 naira expenditure remain the same as past, while the recurrent non-debt expenditure was increased to 13 trillion 588 billion 9,682,673, and the capital expenditure was reduced to 23 trillion 439 billion 251,624,250.
The Joint Committee on Appropriations has already implemented these corrections in the bill, which has been approved following its recommittal to the Committee of Supply. Despite the amendments, the overall budget remains unchanged at 54.99 trillion naira. This total includes 3.64 trillion naira designated for statutory transfers and 14.31 trillion naira allocated for debt servicing.
Sum of 54 trillion 990 billion 165 million 355,396 naira only, of which 3 trillion 645 billion 761 million 358,925 naira only is for statutory transfers and members of the Appropriation Committee for dictating these typographical errors and bringing them on time for us to receive and represent to Mr. President for assent.
The amendment bill is now set to be transmitted to the President for assent. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
Ogochukwu Mobno reporting for Global Television.
Now hold on to our attention as the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fayoumi, has slammed governors for illegally dissolving and taking over local government administration despite the Supreme Court judgment describing the move as a treasonable offense. Fayoumi started his role in the opening ceremony of an event organized by the Nigeria Bar Association in Abuja. The AGF, represented by the Director of Civil Appeals, Ministry of Justice, Tijani Ghazali, noted that despite the judgment of the Supreme Court and the provisions of the Constitution guarding against the interference of state governors in the running of local government councils, some governors and their state assemblies continue to dissolve elected local government council without following the provisions of the Constitution. Now, the Minister of Solid Minerals, Dr. Dela Aleke, has described his conferment with the honorary fellowship by the Nigeria Mining and the Geosciences Society as the recognition of the federal government's commitment to repositioning the mining sector, stressing that the advancement of the sector is a collective responsibility. Ogochukwu Mobno has a report.
Delivering the keynote address at the 60th Annual International Conference and Exhibition of the Nigerian Mining and Geoscience Society themed Transformation of the Mineral Energy, Water and Construction Sectors Through Innovation, the Minister of Solid Mineral, Dele Alake, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Mary Ogbe, noted that the mining industry is undergoing a global paradigm shift with the adoption of digital technologies, harping on the imperative of embracing these innovations to attract investment, increase productivity, responsible extraction of the nation's vast mineral resources, affirming the federal government's efforts to resolve and creating an enabling environment for innovation-driven growth in mining and allied sector.
Innovation is the cornerstone of sustainable growth, and it is through technological advancement, research, and strategic partnership that we can unlock new opportunities and drive development.
He further charged the Nigerian Mining and Geoscience Society to foster industry collaboration that would drive transformation of the mining industry, while reiterating the commitment of the ministry to work with the society and other industry players to realize the full potentials of the nation's natural resources for national development.
Our Mining Act is being reviewed to meet current practices, promoting research and development through partnerships with universities and research institutions, supporting artisanal and small-scale miners through mechanization and access to funding, expanding mineral beneficiation programs to enhance local industrialization and job creation.
Dignitaries that graced the event include Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule, Group Chief Executive Officer NMPCL Mele Kyari, President NMGS Akinlade Olatunji, amongst others.
We now turn attention to business news for you tonight. The EU plans to crack down on food imports that do not meet standards as part of an agricultural policy review to be published that looks to appease disgruntled farmers amid the global trade tensions. Now, the European Commission is due to unveil a new blueprint for a sector that, despite the gobbling up its head of a bloc's budget, has long represented the Brussels liberal approach to trade. And our Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has called for greater involvement of subnational government in Africa's trade and investment landscape, emphasizing that real economic integration must begin at the state and regional levels. Speaking at the Africa Business Forum 2025 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Makinde urged the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa to actively engage the subnational entities to drive economic growth. Makinde noted that while the discussions on trade, investment and economic integration often take place at the national level, implementations largely rest with subnationals. Now, Vietnam Parliament has approved plans for an $8 billion rail link from its largest northern port city to the border with China, boosting links between the two communist-ruled countries and making trade easier. The new rail line will run through some of the Vietnam's key manufacturing hubs, home to Samsung and the Volkswagen, Pegrun, and other global giants, many of whom rely on the regular flow of components from China. Now, big tech company Microsoft said it plans to invest $1 billion over the next 2 years to accelerate artificial intelligence skill development for 1 million Nigerians, a move that will both foster digital innovations and economic empowerment. Microsoft's country manager for Nigeria, Ola Williams, made this disclosure during the launch of the Microsoft AI Tour in Lagos. She underscored that the initiative is designed to position Nigeria as a key player in the global AI ecosystem by equipping individuals with expertise to harness AI for innovation, entrepreneurship, and economic competitiveness. Well, I move to the foreign scene. Tonight, President Donald Trump says that he has ordered the firing of all remaining U.S. attorneys nominated by his predecessor, Joe Biden. It is standard practice for an incoming president to replace the federal prosecutors known as U.S. attorneys nominated by their predecessors. There are now 3 U.S. attorneys, one for each of the 94 federal court districts in the country, and 2 districts share a U.S. attorney. The Republic of Niger has begun enforcing restrictions on Nigerians traveling with ECOWAS passport, barring entry for those without a valid international passport. This move follows the country's recent withdrawal from the Economic Community of West African States alongside Mali and Burkina Faso. Despite maintaining an open border with Nigeria, new immigration measures are being implemented at crossings such as Ilela, Nigeria, and Koni, Niger. Cross-border traders and commuters now face difficulties as Nigerian authorities refuse to recognize the ECOWAS passport as a valid means of identification. Ukrainian Air Force says overnight air defenses shot down 103 out of the 176 drones launched by Russia. They were shot down over several regions, including the Kiev, where smoke could be seen rising above the city. A Madaev resident of Kiev were instructed to take cover while the major damage was reported in the Kiev and the Czech Sea. And in the meantime, United States President Donald Trump has effectively blamed the Ukrainian leader Zelensky for Russia's invasion as French President Emmanuel Macron prepares for another round of talks with the EU, that's the European Union and non-European partners today. Zelensky previously criticized the U.S.-Russia talks, so excluding Kiev, saying effort to end the war must be fair and involve European countries. And I'm moving to sport. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has called for the creation of a pension fund for retired athletes who have brought honor to Nigeria during the groundbreaking ceremony of the 25,000 capacity of Olympic Stadium in Yenagoa. Speaking at the event, which was part of the activities marking Governor Diodiri's 5 years in office, Jonathan lamented that many Nigerian athletes won international medals, often end up this status after retirement. Manchester United paid a total of £14.5 million to dismiss the manager Erik ten Hag and sporting director Dan Ashworth and all the football staff, according to the club's latest financial account published on Wednesday. And the United said 20-time English champions currently sit at the low 15 at the Premier League, following the Sunday's 1-0 defeat to Tottenham, with only West Ham and their Wolves separating from the relegation zone. Let's wrap up the news prime. Let's take a look at the top stories. We told you that the Senate summoned intelligence chiefs to investigate allegations made by United States Congressman Perry Scott that the United States Agency for International Development has been funding terrorist organizations, including Boko Haram. ANP says the European Union plans to crack down on food imports that do not meet its standards as part of an agricultural policy review to be published that looks to appease the disgruntled farmers amid the global trade tensions. And on the front scene, the Republic of Niger has begun enforcing restrictions on Nigerians traveling with ECOWAS passport, barring entry for those without a valid international passport. And finally, in sport, Manchester United paid a total of £14.5 million to dismiss manager Erik ten Hag, sporting director Dan and all the football staff, according to the club's latest financial accounts published on Wednesday. And that's a package here on News Prime. A quick reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365, Sat Type, channel 276, free to air, and NICAMSAT. Kindly follow us on social media platform at Global TV NG. You can also download the Global TV Nigeria app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. Many thanks for staying with us. My name is Adika Michael. See you again.